I'm back. Rhodes for the Matrixx and Rhodes show. Okay, so we've got some real controversy now involving Disney Star Wars. And we got a showdown head-to-head that I believe this feels like something that is headed towards legal action. With the venom that is coming out of Joe Dante's mouth, historic filmmaker, of course, the director of the Gremlins, right? And the way he just talks about this, you can tell he's pissed. He's mad. He feels like, and he blatantly says it, that Baby Yoda was stolen from the iconic Mogwai character of Gizmo. The best moment that Disney and Lucasfilm has given us from a Star Wars perspective was that reveal of Grogu. Well, enter Joe Dante, which is we got a serious issue. Lucasfilm has got a serious issue. I know I'm watching the reaction on Twitter right now, and people are trying to explain this away by bringing up the fact that The Empire Strikes Back was 4 years before Gremlins. But I will tell you, as somebody that absolutely grew up in that time period, having been born in 75, having seen Empire when it came out in the theaters, having seen Gremlins when it came out in the theaters, at no point did I look at Spike or Gizmo from the Gremlins and ever think about a grown Yoda. Never. I think that is a bogus bullshit argument. At no point, in no way, does a 900-year-old Yoda remind me of Gizmo. Never did. But you can bet one thing. When Baby Yoda was revealed, my first thought was, wow, that's just like Gizmo. My first thought was Gizmo from the Gremlins. And the movement, the mannerisms, the way the ears moved, the way it interacts and talks, it's a frightening ripoff of Baby Yoda. It's a frightening ripoff of Gizmo, without a doubt. In my opinion, anyway. And this is starting to look terrible for Lucasfilm. This is going to get worse. I think the way that Joe Dante is talking here, this could get ugly publicly between Lucasfilm and Joe Dante, who's not some scrub. He's a Hollywood heavyweight. Gremlins director slams Baby Yoda as completely stolen and shamelessly copied. This is Variety. A beef is brewing between Baby Yoda and the Gremlins. Filmmaker Joe Dante, who popularized the Gremlins with his 1984 horror comedy and its 1990 sequel, recently told the San Francisco Chronicle that Baby Yoda is nothing but a shameless ripoff of the creatures, particularly the lead gremlin named Gizmo. Quote, I think the longevity of the film is really key to this one character, Gizmo, who is essentially like a baby, Dante told the publication. Quote, which brings me, of course, to the subject of Baby Yoda, who is completely stolen and is just an out-and-out copied. Shamelessly, I would think. Baby Yoda debuted in the pilot episode of Disney and Lucasfilm streaming series The Mandalorian. Wow. The Gremlins franchise is returning this fall thanks to an HBO Max animated series, Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai, which Dante served as consultant on. The series features a voice cast that includes Mandalorian star Ming-Yang Wen, of course also Book of Boba Fett, B.D. Wong, and James Hong. Even the Gremlins coming to television, Dante maintains that the franchise became so popular because of the theatrical experience. Quote, whenever I host a screening of either of these pictures, I always ask when I introduce it, raise your hand how many people haven't seen these movies. There's always about a third of the audience, usually young, who haven't seen the movies. Dante said they're somewhat different than the run-of-the-mill movie. They're offbeat in a way that I think is one of the reasons that they're still popular. Quote, the people of my generation who love the movies love them because they saw them with an audience, the filmmaker added. I've seen these pictures over the years many times all over the world, and they always played well in a crowded theater. I could absolutely see that. Now, I saw The Empire Strikes Back. I saw all the Star Wars original trilogy and both Gremlins movies in the theaters. Both crowded theaters for the Gremlins. I think I saw matinees. I know for A New Hope and I know for Empire Strikes Back. So it wasn't nearly a crowded theater at the time. But Gremlins, I saw the opening night, and it was, of course, packed. You know, for me, Gremlins always played as much more of a horror movie, I think, than it did for a lot of people. Now, there was something really creepy. Of course, Spike seemed like a little evil sumbitch. And that music combined with the little green gremlins, the ones that were causing mischief, was scary as hell to me as a kid. As an 8-year-old seeing that movie scared the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie to you. But I absolutely see what Joe Dante is talking about. When you look at Baby Yoda, it is like looking at a little green version of Gizmo. And unfortunately, the things that make Baby Yoda work so well do seem like blatant ripoffs of Gizmo. The mannerisms, the ear movements, the interaction with people. I mean, it's just all of it. And again, I'm seeing this argument online that, well, Yoda came along 4 years before Gremlins. That's great. But at no point when I looked at Gizmo did I think 900-year-old Yoda. Never. But the moment Baby Yoda was revealed, I thought of Gizmo right away. Okay, there is something to do with size in this too. They're both basically about the same size. Gizmo might be a little smaller, a little shorter than Baby Yoda. I don't know for sure. We don't have a size comparison. But the point is, they both very much act like babies. Joe Dante may have something in this. Okay, and this is going to get very interesting. This could be very public. And it feels like his wording is very much gearing up towards some possible legal action against Lucasfilm and Disney Star Wars. So, I want you to keep this in mind. Disney Star Wars' biggest win, their biggest win since they bought Lucasfilm from George Lucas, their biggest public pop culture win has been Baby Yoda. And now it might face something that is going to bring a black eye to that particular character. The best thing that they got, I'll be very interested to hear what Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni have to say about this. Or is Kathleen Kennedy going to put her foot in her mouth and say something about this? I would guess they're going to do well, Yoda came along before Gremlins thing. That just doesn't carry weight. Okay. I mean, there's a little similarity between Baby Yoda and Yoda. I get it. They're green. They're wearing the same outfit. But truly, there is a much more of a relation between Gizmo and Baby Yoda. Okay? I mean, Baby Yoda almost feels like a different kind of character from Yoda himself. And I think it's because of the age difference. But Gizmo and Baby Yoda, shit. I mean, they do. They feel like copycats. They feel like copycats. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And you can tell Joe Dante, a legend, is pissed about this. I can't wait to see how this plays out. This is going to get very, very interesting. It could get very public, too. Tell me what you think. Matrixx and Rhodes Show fans, I will guess the Disney Star Wars fans will come in here pissing and moaning about Yoda being 4 years older than Gizmo. That's fine. But that grown-ass Yoda never reminded me of Gizmo, but you can bet your ass that Baby Yoda certainly reminded me of Gizmo. And it would be interesting to see if a court would agree with that. Again, if this feels like a pending lawsuit waiting to happen. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.